just wanna run away.
We moved into this apartment September last year, and we're slowly but surely making progress in actually making it our home. There's still a few projects to work on, and we're still adjusting a little bit to all of the changes that are happening in our life right now. But ever since we moved in, we did feel like something about our furniture and like the layout of our furniture just wasn't right, but we couldn't pinpoint what it was. So last week we quite spontaneously actually switched things around, which I don't think I've showed in the vlog yet, but it honestly made such a difference, and I'll show you that in a second. In addition to that, there was one big statement in our living room missing because we ordered a new couch back in November. The delivery took quite a while, so it finally arrived, and actually we loved the couch that we had in our old house because it was really spacious and cute, but in this apartment it just didn't really work the same way because first of all we had to resize it. The old couch basically had two parts, which one of them you could lay on, but because we moved here and the apartment's a lot smaller, we had to remove the laying part, which honestly at first wasn't a big deal because it doesn't matter if you don't have that part, but because we were obviously used to that with that specific couch, it was just a little bit annoying. And because the couch was like beige with the white walls here, it just didn't work. So we ended up actually buying a new couch that is a little bit out of my comfort zone, I must say. I have been obsessed with this color and this couch for a long time, and I'm so happy that we got it. I'm so excited because like I said, we had to wait for this since November. So I made a coffee and now we can get to work because I'm gonna try and assemble our new couch, and I'm so excited. I genuinely don't think I can explain how excited I am about this and how long we had to wait for this. And if you know me, I'm not a very patient person. If I buy something, I want to have it and not wait for literally months. I feel like not a lot of people would think I would get a couch like this because usually I used to be this like all beige and white person, but I'm kind of stepping away from that because I love color and color just makes everything better. So I'm so excited.
You cannot make a mistake. Nothing to do about the rain. Just let the seasons change. So there might just come a day you wake to the sun in your face, and you will not feel this way.
Actually obsessed with the color of this couch. It's so pretty. We decided to switch things around because our dining table used to be here where the couch is right now, but basically when we were working at the dining table we kind of figured it was a bit dark in this corner and just not really like a nice vibe to be very productive in. So that kind of just took a toll on my productivity, to be honest. So at some point we were thinking and we were like, what if we turn it around and put the dining table in front of the window? And immediately we were both like, it actually looks a lot better. It's kind of more of like an open space now in the apartment, which kind of just feels a lot more cozy and just open. I don't know why, but it feels a lot better with the table over here and then the couch in this little corner. But we still have a lot of things that we want to change and switch around because, for example, this plank, there's literally barely anything on it, and when I was filming like putting down the couch, I was like, oh my god, that plank looks so like, it frustrates me because we don't really have a lot of things to put on there. But I do think decorating an apartment is like pretty hard because you don't just want to buy things for the sake of it, because I feel like for us at least now, I used to not be like this, but now we really want our apartment to be like cozy, so we want to find things that kind of match that coziness and also match our personalities. But it's been a little bit hard. But I think in the upcoming weeks we do have a little bit more time to focus on the apartment and just rolling around thrift stores and just trying to find like things for decoration on this plank, for example. And then we can also try and finish some other home projects. Like, for example, this door is different from the others because we still need to remove all of the excessive paint from that and then repaint it. And the same goes for the hallway, which you can't really call a hallway because it's literally not even 1 square meter, I think. But we need to remove the old paint and then paint it in a color that we want, but we haven't really decided on that. And just some decoration things that we really want to change. We really want to change the ceiling in the kitchen, but that's just all like pretty big chunks of things to do, and we haven't really found the time to actually think about those things. But I think decoration wise we really want to focus on that soon, because that kind of just makes your house feel like your home. And we have been doing a lot better with changing like the colors and everything, but we're just not completely there yet. So I'm very excited to make this place our house. I am actually not feeling super well today. It might not be very obvious because of my excitement about the couch, but apart from that, I'm feeling like a little bit sick or something. So I finished up some work and then just took it as my sign to kind of just slow down a little bit. So I just read with a cup of tea for a while, and now I'm actually heading to a workout class because I wanted to go to a hot Pilates class, and I've literally been on the wait list for days and I couldn't get off because the classes were all full. But this morning I finally got off the wait list, so I booked it, and now I'm not feeling well, but I'm still gonna try and go, and then we'll see how that goes. So I'm gonna put my hair up and I'm gonna have 1 or 2 of these dates with almond butter and pure chocolate, because honestly this is so insanely good. And then I'll just see how this workout is gonna go. I'm gonna fill up my water bottle, put my hair up, go to the workout, and then we'll see. So good. To be fair, right now I wish I could just cancel, but since this spot only opened up a few hours ago, I was still in the like no free cancellation window. So I'm just gonna go take it very slow and then we'll see. Good morning. I am walking to my favorite cafe in Amsterdam, and one of their locations is literally around the corner for us. I think they have this chai concentrate, and I've been really wanting to try and make a chai latte at home. So I'm gonna go there and hopefully they have the chai. And I also found out that I think there is a thrift store like literally right across from Milou, so I might also stop there to check it out. I just went to Louvre and I got this chai, which I have seen before, so I'm really hoping this is gonna be good. I really want to smell it. Oh, that smells really good. So I'm very excited to try and make a chai latte, which I've never actually made at home before because we didn't really end up buying chai, but every time we were like, oh, we really want to try and buy some chai. So very excited. And I went to this thrift store and I had no idea that there was a thrift store literally around the corner of our apartment, and it was just super cute because it was all for charity and the woman was really kind, and I just ended up talking to her for a little bit about like the neighborhood and that we moved here and everything, and it was really cute. And I ended up getting this teapot. The other day I was thinking about wanting to get a little teapot so when I make tea I can just make like more and then just refill my cup, and I thought this looked really nice. I also got this, which I don't really have any clue why I ended up getting this actually, but I thought with a little candle in here might be cute, and it was only 25 cents, so I thought that would be cute. I have no idea. And something else that I want to show you, I got this in the mail yesterday, but I bought these 2 like bangles is I think what they're called, and with a sweater it looks really cool, but without a sweater I have kind of really small arms because I'm very tiny, so like this are very big, so I think I'm only gonna wear them with like a sweater or something underneath, because then I do think it just adds like a little bit of detail. And I also got some earrings, and I'm actually really excited about this because I really like how they look. They're these rings, but they're a little bit structured, so that also just adds a little bit of detail, and I think they're really cute. This is bought from latte, which I think is a Dutch small business, so very excited about that. And now I'm gonna go have my honey bun with cheese that I got from Milou, which is literally my favorite treat ever. Their honey buns are literally my favorite thing in the world. So I think what I'm gonna do is enjoy this and then make my chai latte. And I'm actually so excited. I've been really craving a chai, especially in this like gloomy weather. It's kind of sunny today, which is great, but it's a little bit chilly, and now being inside with our new sofa, it just all is so cozy, and I feel like a chai just makes it a little bit more cozy. I think for the chai I want to just use these glasses. I feel like that's also what you kind of get chai in if you order it in a cafe. And I think what you do is mix this with milk, but I got this for Christmas from my mother-in-law because she once with Job got chai somewhere and they had this thing to pour the milk over the spices. Obviously this is a chai concentrate and not like the actual spices, but I just think this is so cute, so I really want to try. I don't actually know if you can pour latte art on a chai, but maybe I do want to still try and steam the milk in this and pour some latte art. And if there's no latte art, like, that's completely fine, because then I can still pour with this, which is so cute. I'm low-key thinking about making a dirty chai, which is a chai with espresso, because I haven't had a coffee today, but I think I'm just gonna make a normal chai first to actually taste like the proper chai concentrate. I'm really excited, but first I'm gonna eat my honey bun.
So turn the key and cooler on. Push a pause for relief. Free pass, you don't even have to ask to be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through today. I've got better things to do, okay, to leave a little bit undone and be the cat in the sun.
It's a little bit later. Job is making us dinner right now, and I just finished reading my book, and honestly we are so happy with the couch. I've already laid on this couch more than I laid on our previous couch in this apartment, which might make sense because it's obviously new, but I don't know, it might also be because we obviously switch things around, which makes it a lot more of an open space, like I said. And the other couch, when we switched it, it was only there for like a few days and then we sold the couch, so I also just didn't really have the time to lay on the couch in this specific situation. But I just finished this book and I did not really know what to expect from Atmosphere, but I did hear a lot of people saying it was a really good and beautiful book, and I have to agree. At first I did not know if I was gonna like it because it is obviously about space and astronauts, so at first I didn't really like it, I have to say that, because they were just using so many difficult words for like the space workspace and everything, and I just didn't understand what they were talking about, and they would constantly use like different terms for things, and I was just like so confused, and I didn't really know if I was gonna like the story. But then at some point the kind of plot twist of the book dropped, and that was very beautiful, and it also has a lot to do with some sort of self-discovery, I think, within the characters, and the end was actually heartbreaking, and I'm very happy with the very end, but I was almost crying towards the end, which I don't really usually do often with a book. Very beautiful story, and I've actually been reading a lot more like this first few weeks of the year because I already finished like 4 books. The first one was Akatar, the 3rd book, which I immediately started after the 2nd book, and I loved this book. Like, I literally finished this so fast, even though it's a really thick book, but I finished this within like a week, and that is huge for me. I just got so sucked into this story and it was just really good. But I've heard a lot of things about the 4th book, that it's kind of just like a filler book and not really a lot is happening. So I'm not sure if I want to continue this series right now, but I'm not really a person to not finish a series. So I think later this year I will probably read the 4th and 5th book. And then I read The Housemaid because I got this for Christmas because I really wanted to watch the movie, and I've never watched a movie based on a book. I read this book in a couple of days with only like 3 or 4 times of reading because it was so good. I really enjoyed this because it's a thriller. It's also the first thriller that I've read, but it's just really good and you just really don't expect the plot twist, I guess. After I finished this, we also went to see the movie, and obviously Job didn't read the book, so he didn't know what the plot twist was. He did actually figure it out pretty quickly into the movie, which I don't know how he did that, but I must say this is the first film that I watched based on a book, but I didn't really like there were so many differences. But obviously because it's a thriller, the movie also has to be a thriller, and I feel like with the book it's mostly, how do I explain this? I feel like with the book the thriller moments are more like tension moments to keep the attention to the book, but in the movie there has to be something actually visibly happening. So a lot of the details in the movie were a lot different from the book, but in which I don't really like thriller or horror movies, so those things I was just like, ooh. But I did know there were going to be a lot of differences, like detail wise, from the book, so I did enjoy the movie, but I prefer the book. I think the book I want to start next is this one, which is Colony by Annika Norlin. I think this was Swedish, yes? I don't know. I saw a TikTok the other day about someone who did not finish his book because she thought it was like weird. So I wasn't really sure if I wanted to read this now, but I'm just gonna do it and start this weekend, and then we'll see what my opinions on this book are gonna be. But I am so excited for tonight because we're gonna, this sofa, I haven't showed this yet, but this sofa basically has 2 mattresses, and you can obviously take them off of each other, and then you have like a very big, you can kind of make it into a bed. So we want to lay out the mattresses tonight and watch a movie. And honestly, we've never watched a movie here in our living room because the couch just wasn't very comfortable to do that. So now we're gonna put the TV in the living room. Instead of having like a TV cabinet, we have this stand which we can just move around the apartment, which is quite nice, but it's usually in our bedroom because this is where we watch movies. But now we're gonna put it in the living room, make the space cozy, and then we're gonna have this salmon bowl for dinner, which we actually haven't had in a very long time, but it's ultimate comfort food. And then we're just gonna have a very slow evening and watch a movie. I actually don't know what we're gonna watch, but we'll probably just choose something on like the homepage of Netflix. And yeah, just have a cozy night at home.
Every empty spreadsheet line, loosen up on the grind, simmer down, settle back and mess around. See the whole deal through today. I've got better things